Yo, how's it going, Faithful? I'm going to break down all the injury reports and updates for you. I got a show later today, so we'll do that as well. But I'm going to break down some injury updates for you, just for the next 20 or 30 minutes, and maybe you guys can answer ask some questions as well. So what's up, Faithful? How we doing? I'm gonna do a little injury update for you guys as we get ready for Sunday Night Football. I have a show later today. I got a guest, Ted from Ted Talks Niners. I was on his show last week, so he's gonna be on my show later today. But I'm gonna do a quick little injury update for you guys. Kyle Shanahan spoke with the media, and he kind of updated us on all the injuries. Updated us on all the updates. You could tell it's a Friday. So, real quick injury report for Week 10 against the Chargers. For the 49ers, Arik Armstead's officially listed as out. Again, we've talked about him. He has the hairline fracture of his foot and the plantar fasciitis of the other foot. Jason Verrett, obviously, he's going to go on the injured reserve today. He is out. Doubtful, Samson Ebukam. Again, he had the quadricep injury that manifested on Monday on the bonus practice. He is doubtful to play, so he's probably not going to be there. Now, the good news is Dre Greenlaw has been cleared to play for Sunday Night Football. That's a big news. So they're gonna have Aziz and Dre Greenlaw back. That is massive. Ryan McDonald says, "I know BJ for your birthday. 49ers throwback. What's up? What's up, everybody? Hey, is it your birthday today, Ryan? If it is, happy birthday. You guys like the new drip? We got the little NFL Jam shirt. Kittle, Bosa. I saw this. I had to get it. And guess what I finally got? Finally got it. We finally got it, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Christian McCaffrey. Oh my God, I can't wait to wear this bad boy. I finally got it. It only took them a little bit over 2 weeks, but we finally got it. I'm so hyped. I can't wait to wear this weekend. Aaron Adams says, Chargers fan here. Hope it's a great game. I hope it's a great game too, Aaron. I really do. Speaking of the Chargers, let's talk about their injury report because we have to talk about that. It's not going to be easy for the Chargers. Let's take a look at the Chargers injury report. So the Chargers have listed wide receiver Keenan Allen as out, Mike Williams as out. That's huge. Two top playmakers are out. The kicker Dustin Hopkins is out. Doubtful is linebacker Chris Rump. Questionable offensive tackle Trey Pipkins and offensive guard Brendan Himes is also questionable. They're going to be out without Rashawn Slater already. He's been out. Joey Bosa is out. And J.C. Jackson is out. So they are very, very banged up. Their biggest threat is going to be Justin Herbert and Austin Eckler, right? They have two premium receivers that are out, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. It's tough. For the Niners, now, we have some really good news, though. If you look at overall who's returning for the 49ers this weekend, they have Deebo Samuel, Juwan Jennings, Kyle Juszczyk, Elijah Mitchell, Colton McKivitz, Dre Greenlaw, Azeez Al-Shaair, and Jordan Willis. All of those players are coming back. So they got 8 players coming back. Deebo, Juwan, Juszczyk, Elijah Mitchell, Colton McKivitz, Dre Greenlaw, Azeez Al-Shaair, Jordan Willis, all coming back for the 49ers. 49ers throwback says it's the injury bowl. Or Sad Niner fan says it's the injury bowl. You know what? Our injuries are getting better. The Chargers are not getting better. But, these are probably two of the most injury-riddled teams in the NFL. It's kind of disgusting to see that both of these teams get injured so much. It's crazy. I feel bad. So, Wells says the numbers stitched on the jersey. No, they're not. It's unfortunate because when they were selling it, we didn't have the stitched jerseys yet when I bought it. I bought it like right at the start. But now they have the stitched jersey numbers. It'll go figure. So it would have been $30 more, but I spent the extra $30 on this shirt. So I like it. I don't know. Yeah, they're definitely injury as well. Ryan says, yo, it's my 18th birthday today. Yeah, no doubt. Happy birthday to you, Ryan. Young man just turned 18 years old. Let's go. Legal for most things, not everything. But yeah, you're officially an adult, man. Congrats to you. Happy birthday. Sad Niner fan just says, do you think Armstead comes back this season? I think he will. I think he will, but I'm not too optimistic on if it's going to be within the next 2 weeks. Like, again, he had not only the plantar fasciitis, but a hairline fracture of the foot. And that's a stupid injury because he's a big guy, and that's a lot of strain. If you go out there and you put too much stress on the foot, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. So, oh man, what's up, Miguel? What's up? What's up, everybody? So yeah, those are the big injuries again for the 49ers. Again, Armstead is out, right? Samson Ebicam questionable, or sorry, doubtful. Doubtful. Sorry, he has the quad injury and an Achilles injury that he's been dealing with. The Achilles has been kind of lingering. It's a little bit of a chronic issue, but the quad injury is new since Monday, so he's doubtful. I don't think Samson Ebicam plays, and that means it's going to be Drake Jackson's season. I think Drake Jackson is going to have to step up huge, massively, and Charles Omenihu, right? Charles Omenihu and Drake Jackson are going to have to come in and step up. So, hope to catch you at the game as well, Juan. Happy Friday throwback. Let's go. Happy Friday. This is a great question. How do you think they're going to utilize CMC and Elijah Mitchell? Kyle Shanahan did talk about it yesterday. He says, they're excited to see Elijah. He can do a lot of things that CMC can do coming out of the backfield, catching. I think they're going to utilize them both in similar fashions. They're not going to overrun them. I think it's good to have both of them so they can kind of rotate. But you also got to realize I don't think they want to overwork Elijah Mitchell in his first game back. John Lynch was talking about it today. He says he's very excited. He's an explosive player, but there's no way you overwork a guy like Elijah Mitchell. He'll probably be on a pitch count. He's probably going to get those outside zone runs. That's what you want out of Elijah Mitchell. He's got that speed to go boom, hit you on the outside. So I think Elijah Mitchell definitely will be utilized in a smart way, but I don't think they're going to give him too many carries because you don't want him to get hurt. It's his first game back. And I think CMC definitely will get involved in the passing game like he was last time, but maybe more so. We know Jimmy loves those check downs, and I think that they're going to give CMC a lot of those check down routes. And, of course, he'll be utilizing the run game a little bit. And then you got Debo coming back. So there's going to be a lot of mouths to feed. It's going to be a lot of mouths to feed. It's going to be fun. So let's go. I'm excited. JR says Aziz, yeah, he's back. He will be back. 49ers throwback says I miss Armstead and Kittle. I miss them too. I miss everybody when they're hurt. It's unfortunate when they get hurt. Rick G says on the topic of injuries, I hear Trey Lance is recovering nicely. If we get to the playoffs, do we suit him up? No, I doubt it. I don't think. I mean, he is definitely recovering nicely. We've talked about this before. His fracture is recovering. He's doing great. He's on the right timetable. He's Wolverine. He's 22 years old. He's going to heal very nicely. But I don't think that they're going to they're not going to set him up and suit him up when that time comes. I know there's been conflicting things. Shanahan says he's ruled him out. Then there was one interview where he says, well, we'll see what happens in December. I don't think that they're going to pull Trey in there. Mentally it's a tough injury, but it's good that he has, recovered very nicely. He's out of crutches. He's out of the boot. He's weight bearing. He's standing on both feet. So he's definitely making the correct progress he needs to make. There's no setbacks, but it is a tough injury. Return to play criteria is pretty intense for that type of injury. Getting back and getting your cardio, getting your game conditioning back, your strength and your stability. It's a whole big process. But I think Trey will be ready for next year. Obviously, he will be. But I don't think that they're going to play him in the playoffs. It would be nice. I know a lot of fans would, but, big injury. You don't want to risk anything serious down the line. So you got to protect your investment. You spent 3 first-round picks on the guy. Kind of need him to be healthy and ready to roll for the next year. So who takes the running back 3 spot? I think TDP, just out of, the fact that he was drafted in the 3rd round. I think he probably my guess is probably he's ahead. But again, you don't know how they're looking in practice. And that's what Kyle really determines these guys is how they're looking in practice and figuring out the offense and how they're, doing the little things, the blocking, special teams. Look at last year. Elijah Mitchell, this guy, 6th-round pick, he became the big-time running back instead of Trey Sermon, the 3rd-round pick. So really depends on how they're looking in practice. So that's it. Kyle is going to use CMC and Mitchell like he used Freeman and Coleman when he was with the Falcons. Something like that, right? He's going to rotate these guys. He's not going to just give one guy 20, 25 carries. I think they need to get to the goal of 30 carries, right? They have to get to that 30 carry marker. I think that's very important. But I think that they're going to split it, and they're going to make sure they utilize these guys in a split fashion. And you're right. When he was even in 2019 with the Niners, remember in 2019 you had Raheem and Breida and Coleman, and he really rotated these guys a lot. I think that's the way you go. But also too, game situation is going to dictate how things are rolling. So you also have to realize game situation dictates things. So TDP sounds like a ludicrous start song. Yeah, so we'll do a few more minutes. Again, I just wanted to come on here and talk about some injury updates. I got a whole show planned at 4 o'clock, so I'll be back a little later live with you guys. Let's get maybe 2 or 3 more questions, and we'll answer those real quick, and then we'll take a little break. Cornerback, yeah, that's going to be a big issue going into Sunday night and the rest of the season. You know, Deommodore Lenoir, Sam Womack, and Ambry Thomas, those are the guys that have been really having to step up on the opposite side of Mooney, and they're going to have to continue to step up. And also you have Jimmy Ward, who's been playing the nickel spot, and that's what John Lynch said today. He said, you know, I really expect these younger guys to be battle tested and have to step up. You know, it's tough on them, but they're, you know, this is why they went and put in those draft picks for younger cornerbacks for depth. This is why they got him. You know, Jason Verrett was never like a master plan. He was never supposed to be a guy they were banking on. It was just like a bonus. And if the bonus came through, you're happy, right? It's like when you get that extra icing on the cake, right? You get the cherry on top. But they're not banking on the cherry on top. They were just hoping if he came in and he was healthy and they know that he can play at his high level, it would have been like, great, okay, awesome. But what John Lynch said today is what we were saying yesterday. Like they weren't banking on Jason Verrett to be like their top cornerback. I mean, you know, nobody expected Emmanuel Mosley, right? Nobody expected Emmanuel Mosley to be injured, right? So that was a little unfortunate for that situation. But, you know, Jason Verrett was a guy that because the necessity was there of having a cornerback, it was like, oh, okay, now we have Jason Verrett, and he might come back, and cool, he could be a plan B. But unfortunate, plan B never got, you know, able to be established. But they have younger guys, and I think you're going to have to see Deommodore Lenoir and Womack and those type of guys, Ambry Thomas, step up. So, score prediction, we're going to get it tonight. Score prediction tonight. Danny Gray is this year's Ayuk. I wouldn't say he's this year's Ayuk. He's a rookie this year, you know, and he's learning the ropes. You know, and what Brandon Ayuk talked about, and even Danny Gray, specifically what Brandon Ayuk talked about a few weeks ago. He says, you know, it's really tough to be in this clubhouse in this wide receiver room because Kyle challenges these guys. He really challenges them to be better than they are. You know, he said when he was in college and everywhere else, everybody told him he was great. Nobody told him he wasn't good enough. And Kyle told him, you're not good enough. So you want to be a star, you got to be better. So it's that mentality of, okay, I'm good. I have the talent. They're all talented. They're in the NFL. They got to be better. You got to go out there and do better. So that is what the issue with, you know, Danny Gray is. He's still young. He's still learning. He's inconsistent. You know, I think eventually he'll figure it out. But it's tough to be a wide receiver in the league. And in Kyle Shanahan's, you know, wide receiver room, it's a very, very tough. So Pablo says, do you think we'll see JV next year? I don't know, man. I know he's tough. I know he's got that mentality that he wants to continue to push. He's 32. He's dealt with like massive injuries, 2 ACL tears, a partial ACL, a torn patella. He's had 2 Achilles ruptures. He's had a torn labrum. Like the amount of injuries he's had is substantial. The fact that he keeps on fighting back is unbelievable. I can't believe he does it. But I do not think that Jason Verrett will be back next year. My guess, this is my guess on it, is he'll reach an injury settlement, and whatever happens with him. I don't know if he'll retire, if he'll try to find another team, but I don't know if anybody's going to be pressed to sign him because he's going to have to take minimum deal somewhere. So I think this might be the end of Jason Verrett, unfortunately. Maybe he comes back as a coach. I would love to see him be a coach somewhere, DB coach or something like that. The guy's very smart. He knows his football. He's a hell of a leader, great mentor. So I wouldn't mind seeing Jason Verrett as a coach. But I mean, God, man, just the fact of him having to come back from every injury, like the mindset he has to do, and like the mentality, his mental must just be like, he has to be a very strong mentally, guy, like a strong mental, aptitude guy. What I'm trying to say. So tough guy. I mean, the fact that he always has tried to return from these injuries, it's crazy. Like you could just tell he loves the game of football. Like he just wants to continue to chase the dream of playing football, the game he loves. Like he loves football so much. He's tried to come back from every injury, man. So we'll see. But any case, save your questions for later. We will be back 4 o'clock Pacific. Was at 7 Eastern. We'll be back and we're gonna do a preview show. We'll do predictions, all that good stuff. Save your questions for then. I just, like I said, wanted to come in, drop some injury updates, and get you all set up for the game. And we'll talk about predictions a little later. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day.